What about putting someone else's intellectual property into your game? Is this a good idea? Well, first of all, intellectual property, which is abbreviated IP in many instances, is a slippery term. It means characters, settings, plots, stories from novels, movies, plays, and other fiction, including games. If you're making a game about Batman, you are using DC Comics intellectual property. If you're using Indiana Jones in a game, that's a movie company's IP. Now, if you're making a satire, you might be able to get away with it. But otherwise, you need to license this intellectual property, and that's very, very difficult. Practically speaking, you should just run away from the idea of using somebody else's IP unless you're making a game just for you and your friends and you're not going to publish it or even give it away. It will cost you a lot to get the rights to the IP for your game, and in many cases someone else will already own those rights, like the rights for Batman for games. Often games, especially tabletop games, are just too insignificant. They don't make enough money to be worthwhile for the holder of the IP. You know, if you want to make a game, a tabletop game especially, about, say, Scorpion King, to pick an old thing, or The Expendables, to pick a newer one, then it may not even be worth the company's time to do the paperwork and keep track of things, because your tabletop game isn't likely to make very much money. It's very unwise to think about faking it, to put somebody in who's obviously Indiana Jones or obviously Batman, but call them somebody else. Because if lawyers get involved, even if they have no legal position, what are you going to do when somebody sues you? It costs a lot of money to defend yourself in court. You're not going to be able to afford it, most likely. So, live with this. Don't use somebody else's intellectual property. And I'll say more about protecting your own intellectual property in a later video.